Hello everybody, welcome to Speakeasy.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. Featured whiskey Lefroy Glore.
So good.
Yeah, we got a review for that coming up. We're gonna like it.
We do like it.
Yeah.
It's liked.
So, we're here today for a cigar review. We already kind of rolled into this a little bit, but we'll recap because the camera ran out of space, and I just felt like starting from the top. So, these are called leaf because they are literally wrapped in tobacco leaf. Throwaway tobacco leaf, I guess. Thank you for not throwing that out this time. They have 4 versions of this, and the 2 that are rated the highest by Cigars International is the Conneticut and the Maduro.
The Madork.
The Madork.
The Madorko.
And this is the Conneticut. Obviously, it's not the Maduro. Cigar runs about $10. I can kind of see why it's highly rated. For a Conneticut, it has a pretty decent amount of flavor, and it has different flavors than I would expect from a Conneticut. I do get vanilla now that I've forced myself to iron out that butterscotch note that I was getting from the scotch. And a little bit of pepper and cedar. It's really normal for me to get cedar in Connecticut's because they keep them in cedar boxes most of the time, and Connecticut's have so little flavor that they take on the flavor of what's around them, I think.
Yeah, as far as Connecticut's go, this is really good, but
it's a Connecticut.
It's a Connecticut.
It's a Connecticut that if I had to have a Connecticut, I would buy one of these.
Yeah.
And I think you said in the first one, it would be one that's good for like a long drive.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your attention on the road and whatnot.
Yeah, and it's just so big.
Yeah. It's a cigar I think Monica Lewinsky would appreciate.
Most assuredly.
That got a good laugh out of him the first time because it was off the cuff. This time it was repeated.
I mean, you could cut that in. Bloopers and outtakes. Jake laughing like a buffoon.
Yeah. So, Leaf by Oscar is from a cigar company founded in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 2013. A guy that calls himself Island Jim went to Honduras and talked to a guy named Oscar Valladares, who makes cigars for several companies. And he had these developed as his house cigar, like for his store. He was in kind of we'll call it a business district. Not sure if that's right, like a downtown area. Think Del Mar Loop in St. Louis or Matt Street in Lawrence, if you know what that is.
Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah.
No, they got some good stuff down on Mass.
One of my favorite taco places is right off of that road. So, and a lot of people have roided out boyfriends that can't save them. There we go.
Oh, that's a good way to... If you really want to get a good smell of your whiskey, get a mouthful and then have somebody make you laugh. I think it's in my brain.
It might be nose. The whole cigar is Honduran. It's Honduran fillers, binder, wrapper. And I guess, according to the story on his site anyway, right? He went and had these done, and he was really particular about it, and Oscar worked with him the whole time and all this, and named a price, and then asked him to let him know how many he wanted, and he ordered 5,000 cigars, and Oscar kind of looked at him and was like, we did all this work for 5,000 cigars. And he was like, how am I going to sell 5,000 of one cigar in my one store in a year? And it turned out he didn't even know how to get them back into the U.S. He didn't have a license to bring in that many in. And you could bring in, I think it was up to 250 or something, or 100 a piece into the U.S. individually. And so he and his friends all brought back 1,000, and then he had to figure out how to get the other 4,000 there. All 5,000 of them were gone within a month.
Oh, wow.
And
from his one store?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, one cigar in one store sold 5,000 in a month. And 1,000 in the first week. The first 1,000 were gone before he got the next 4.
Man.
And he was doing so well that other stores were calling him, wanting to buy them from him. And he kept telling them that they weren't for sale, they were his house cigar, but according to him, he only did that because he had no idea how to handle wholesaling.
Oh.
And so, by the 10th or 11th time somebody called him, he figured he better figure it out.
No kidding, man.
And it's a good thing he did, because now you can buy these basically anywhere.
And when did all that happen? Like, how was that recently, or like relatively?
These were first created 4 years ago, so that's when that started.
Oh, so these are new.
Pretty new, yeah. It sounded like he had a hell of a time really making it happen. It was very duct tape production. Reminds me of the Alec Bradley origin story where he got his molds at Home Depot.
Yeah.
And he really had to make it work. And I really like those kind of like buy your bootstraps business stories.
Not too close.
I have a certain respect for guys that do that. Probably because we're doing the same thing, and we know how hard it is to find success like that inside of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the whole shtick about these, other than the fact that now that they're syndicated, they're also super popular in the cigar industry, and they made the name for the cigar maker as well.
So that's the whole shtick about this stick?
Yes, it is. I will say that we're more into naturals and Maduros. I'm a little more tolerant of Connecticut's than this guy is, but there's one Connecticut I can think of other than this one that is one that I would recommend to people to buy even if they were experienced cigar smokers, and that would be the Monte Cristo Classic.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I would put this up there in that neighborhood.
Yeah, honestly, I'd buy this. I'd buy one of these.
Yeah. There was a lot of pepper at first that I'm not noticing now.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten a lot more subtle. The pepper's still there, but it's more cedar and like vanilla kind of honeyed sweetness. I think I chose too strong of a whiskey to review with it because I'm having trouble differentiating what's coming from the whiskey and what's not.
Should have probably stuck with the Union Horse.
Yeah, I should have stuck with the bourbon. But
I could smell that whiskey from here, though.
Yeah.
It's calling me.
I would go ahead and say that this is a solid... I know you don't like halves.
7.
But, alright.
I'm saying 7.
I was going to give it an 8.5. Which is probably my highest rated Connecticut other than the Monte Cristo Classic. So... Yeah, I'm confident in that number. That would even out to be about a 7.75. So
7 3/4.
Yeah, not too bad. If you're into lighter cigars, I don't think you could go wrong with this. In fact, the only 2 lighter cigars I would recommend a guy would be this and the Monte Cristo Classic. So I think that's all we really have for you today. Till we see you again, I'm Zach.
I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. Hey everybody, if you like this video, hit a like or dislike, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you really like what we're doing, check us out over on Facebook where we post every day.